Most people will work their entire life and still struggle financially. It's a harsh reality, but it's one that millions face every single day. And the real reason has nothing to do with money. Stay until the end of this video to understand the hidden truth that keeps people from achieving financial freedom. You've been told the same story your whole life. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, save your money, and one day you'll succeed. But when you look around, reality tells a different story. The system, whether we like it or not, is designed in a way that keeps most people trapped in a cycle of working just to get by. It's a treadmill that never seems to stop. The real difference between the wealthy and everyone else isn't the amount of money in their bank account. It's their mindset. It's how they see the world, how they approach problems, and how they think about wealth itself. Let's break this down. First, most people are taught to play defense with their money, not offense. Think about it. What's the most common financial advice you hear? Cut your expenses, save a little from every paycheck. Don't buy that expensive coffee. This is a defensive strategy. You're trying to protect what you have, to not lose. Wealthy people, on the other hand, play offense. They focus on creating new opportunities, on generating more income, on building assets that work for them. While saving is important, you can't save your way to true wealth. There's a limit to how much you can save, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. It's a fundamental shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. You start looking for ways to grow, not just ways to shrink your life. Here's another subtle trap. Poor decisions compound quietly. Most people think financial ruin comes from one big, catastrophic event. But more often, it's the result of small, seemingly insignificant mistakes repeated every single day, week after week, year after year. It's the daily impulse buy, the subscription you forgot about, the habit of using credit for small purchases. Each one on its own seems harmless. But these small leaks slowly drain your financial potential, like a dripping faucet that eventually floods the house. The wealthy are obsessed with their daily habits. They understand that excellence is not an act, but a habit. They automate good decisions and ruthlessly eliminate the bad ones, because they know that time will either promote you or expose you. Now let's talk about something that kills more dreams than failure ever will: comfort. Comfort is the enemy of ambition. Staying in a job you don't hate but don't love because it's secure. Sticking with what you know instead of learning a new skill. Avoiding risks because the familiar feels safe. This comfort zone is a cage with a velvet lining. It feels nice and cozy, but it prevents you from growing, from reaching your true potential. Every successful person you admire has a story of stepping out of their comfort zone. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. To achieve something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. It's about embracing uncertainty and seeing challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to become stronger. And this leads to one of the biggest misconceptions about wealth. Most people trade their time for money. They think the path to more wealth is working more hours, getting a second job, grinding 80 hours a week. This is a trap. You only have 24 hours in a day. When you trade time for money, you are putting a hard cap on your earning potential. The wealthy don't do this. They trade value for money. They create systems, build businesses, invest in assets, or develop unique skills that provide massive value to others. They focus on using their time to create something that can generate income long after the work is done. It's the difference between being a cog in the machine and being the person who builds the machine. Ask yourself, are you being paid for your time, or are you being paid for the value you create? So, after all this, what is the single biggest reason people stay stuck? It's hidden in plain sight, in your daily habits, unnoticed by 99% of people. It's not your boss, not the economy, not your salary. The biggest reason you might be struggling financially is that your mind is programmed for scarcity and consumption, not for abundance and creation. You've been trained to be a consumer, not a producer. You've been conditioned to follow, not to lead. You've been taught to work for money, not to have money work for you. It's the mental software you're running every single day. And until you update that software, no amount of hard work or saving will fundamentally change your financial reality. It's time for the final piece of the puzzle. You don't need more money to start. You don't need a lucky break. What you need is a different way of thinking. The very same mind that gets you into financial trouble is the only tool that can get you out. You have to consciously decide to change your mindset. Start thinking like a producer, not just a consumer. Start seeing problems as opportunities. Start educating yourself about money, investing, and building value. This is the ultimate twist. The key isn't outside of you, it's inside. Your financial situation today is simply a reflection of your past thinking. To change your future, you must first change your mind. Change your mindset. Change your life. If this video made sense and gave you a new perspective, subscribe for more videos like this every week. Remember, your mind is the real currency. Invest in it wisely. Thanks for watching.